Your love life is what you make of it, and statistics do not matter.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be reacting to a video titled Chances of Getting Married After 40. So let's go ahead and get right into this video. Make sure you guys don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So here we go.
What are the chances of you getting married after 40? Statistics say, who the hell cares? You know, there used to be some crazy statistic years ago that said women over 40 had a better chance of being killed by a terrorist than getting married. And all it did was make women feel bad about themselves and crappy about their love lives.
She's completely ignoring the data.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
2.6% of women after 40 get married. So for every 100 40-year-old women, 2.6% of them, almost, we'll just round it up to 3, get married.
Yeah.
And here she is saying, forget about the data and I guess go off of how you feel. I don't know, but what are your thoughts on that?
Listen, I think the stat about like you have a better chance of getting like, what was it, a terrorist attack than getting married. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. So moral of the story, you know, don't wait that long.
Here's the truth. Your love life is what you make of it. And statistics do not matter for smart women who know that no matter how bleak the dating scene looks out there, if you create your love life from within first, then you will attract it on the outside. So with all due respect, can we just say, F the statistics once and for all, and let's just focus on getting you married to the love of your life if that is what you desire. And by the way, even if you're under 40, this video will be really great for you too. I'm Nicole Moore, love coach and founder of LoveWorks, and I've personally helped hundreds of women over the age of 40 create true love in their lives. In this video, I'm going to share the top 3 ways to increase your chances of being married after 40 so you don't have to buy into the statistics and you can create the love that you want. Now, tip number 1 is a mindset tip because honestly, that's the most important thing to do if you want to win the dating game after 40. And the tip is this. Focus on your own lane. Do not compare yourself to women who are younger. Resist the temptation to do that.
I don't know what my thoughts are with this. I think the first thing that comes to mind is that I think initially if you are hitting that age, you are going to kind of like, the initial stage is going to be, oh, I should have done this earlier, right? Or you're going to think back into like the younger days where it was easier for you and things like that. So I don't think it's something to dwell on, but it is something to, you know, it's okay to recognize it and to be like, all right, I'm at the stage that I'm at now. Let's focus on the now. Don't worry about comparing yourself.
Right.
And do the best that you can with what you got going on, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, and to add to that, you got to move with a sense of urgency, right? Like being aware of what it is, like that's the first step. But you also have to have a course of action. If it's getting in the gym, if it's working on your attitude, if it's being less combative, like there's things that are in your control that can make you more attractive, especially to men. But let's go ahead and continue.
Sexy, attractive woman who is 40 plus, who captivates the attention of men everywhere, online and in the real world. You actually have to feel that way about yourself. So most women make the mistake of assuming that men automatically want a younger woman, or that all men are judging a woman based on her age, and that simply is not true for all men.
Keep in mind, she's a coach. She's telling women that your age has no factor into a guy picking you.
She's trying to sell a product, right? Her target audience is women who are over 40, that she wants to be able to add to her clientele, right? So she's gonna kind of, what's the term, pander to those women to make them seem like, no, you got a chance. If you work with me, I'll you know, put you in the right direction, right? So she has to do this as a selling like edge. But to be honest, your age does matter. So it's not something that she should be like glancing over and saying, oh, don't worry about it. No, it's something to also consider. It's gonna have an effect, right? Not to say like, sure, not every single man maybe cares about an age, but the preferred age is probably going to be a bit younger for most men. You know what I mean? So.
And the main reason is as you get older as a woman, you unfortunately start to pick up bad habits. You get into maybe messy relationships. Maybe one too many guys broke your heart, and then ultimately you become tainted a little bit and jaded, and now a guy has to deal with that, right? So a guy has to deal with the past of other guys and other bad situations.
More true, most of the time, is that women have shame and judgment around their age, which creates an insecure energy. And that insecure energy is actually the thing that repels men way more so than your age number. Here's what you have to understand. Younger women are not better than you. They are just younger. So stop comparing yourself to a younger version of yourself or to women who are younger. Stay in your own lane and focus on what's great and attractive about you right now.
When I first met you, remember what I said to you?
No. What
I
did you
don't
say?
date women over the age of 30. Remember when I said that? You don't remember that, do you?
I don't remember you explicitly saying that, but I think after.
Specifically,
No, I remember the conversation.
explicitly
Hold on.
highlighted, illuminated, and crystallized.
I don't remember. I remember we talked about this, like, once we were obviously in a relationship. We've talked about this before, that you had that specific, like, interest,
Yeah.
whatever, or, like, that you don't date women that are over 30. I don't remember that when we were first talking. Because I think when I told you my age, I told you I was 25, whatever.
Mhm.
It kind of went from there, and then, right?
Right.
Because you would have X'd me out. If I said I was 31 or 32, you would have just been like, okay, bye. And then, you know what I mean? So...
Right, and another reason why I would have X'd you out if you were over 30 is obviously your fertility, right? I mean, at a certain age, it becomes high risk for a woman to have a child.
Yeah.
And if you're 33, 34, I mean, the window starts to close, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
And as a woman, you might be pressuring me to be like, okay, what's going on? Are we gonna have a kid? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I don't want to be rushed into having a child
Yeah.
just because your fertility is closing, right?
Yeah. No, and that's also for me too. I think because I'm 25, I'm not in a rush to have kids right now,
Mhm.
and we both want to start building and like continue kind of building ourselves before adding kids into the picture, right? So I was very happy that like our age difference was one of the things that attracted me, so.
Yeah, and another
Yeah.
point is men don't start to develop financially into their 30s. So once a guy starts to hit 30, 31, 32 is when he starts to make a little bit of money. And because you're younger, right?
Yeah.
I have more time to kind of develop myself and
Yeah.
provide for the family so that, ultimately when you're ready to have kids, let's say 27,
years.
28, 29,
Yeah.
we're in a perfect situation.
Exactly.
right?
That's
So-
exactly what I was thinking. So it worked out well for us.
Remind yourself, my age is not a liability, it is an asset. So what I recommend to lock this in is you take out a journal and you write a list of all the reasons why you are more attractive, worthy, and desirable because of your current age. And then read that list as often as you need to stay in a confident and worthy vibe. I promise you that it's your vibration and energy that attracts a man to you the most. What's great is that is something you have 100% control over, whereas your age, you do not. Now, get real with me. Do you lie about your age on dating profiles or to men? I'm curious. So be honest, leave me a comment below and let me know if you fudge the truth about your age. Here's tip number 2 to increase your chances of getting married over 40. Go out into the real world, be open, vibrant, and smiling.
All right, so what are your thoughts on that? She's basically saying be vibrant, smile, have a positive attitude. Like, I think everyone should.
This should be across the board for every
Right.
age, by the way. Like, this shouldn't be just for women who are over 40. This should be men, women across any age should have more of like a positive attitude, because no one wants to be with a Debbie Downer, like, or always like, down and out and stuff like that, or have a bad attitude, whatever the case is, right? So,
That's fair.
yeah, I think it's important to have a positive vibe and just have like, I don't know, like, yeah.
Be upbeat.
Yeah,
Like,
seriously.
be pleasant to be around.
Yeah.
Right?
So,
And I mean, that's good advice. That specifically is good advice because men want to be around pleasant, friendly women. But let's continue.
So while I do love and recommend online dating, and I definitely think it should be part of your dating game, the thing about meeting men in the real world is that they're gonna get a chance to feel your energy first without attaching any ideas about your age and what that means, like they might if they saw you on a dating profile where they see your age right away. So before you leave the house, repeat to yourself, or you can put it on a little post-it note on your door. Open, vibrant, and smiling. Use this as a mantra to remind yourself that whether you're at a coffee shop or a grocery store or at work, you can be projecting an I am open to being asked out vibe at all times. The truth is, the world is literally filled with single men, even the ones that are over 40. And where are they? They're out in the world doing the same thing that you are doing.
The only way I could possibly see a woman over the age of 40 getting married is if she met a guy perhaps around that age, and maybe he had children, maybe he was divorced before, and maybe he wants to just meet somebody that has kids as well, and they kind of have that dynamic. What are your thoughts on that?
No, I was thinking the same thing. Like, I think this is a specific age, how do I say this? The man that these women over 40 are going to be going for are most likely going to have kids themselves, maybe divorce, things like that, right? So that would be fine, I think. Like, I'm sure there are going to be options.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's even the men, that's the concern that I'm thinking, though, is that there are men who are over 40, right, with kids and who are divorced. But once they're divorced, they may still go for someone that's younger, right? So that's also the reality behind it. But so it's still going to be, you have to put yourself in the best foot forward. So if these women that he has options for, that are younger, that are fit, that are, friendly, whatever, put yourself closer to that, so go to the gym, maybe, do a makeover or whatever the case is to kind of put yourself back in a competitive edge. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, fair enough.
Going out to the gym or to the grocery store or to the coffee shop. And while a guy wouldn't necessarily go to a grocery store hoping to meet a woman, if he saw a cute one that was open and vibrant and smiling, maybe sending over a flirty little glance, and he was single and looking, there's a good chance he would come over and say something. There are so many women that I've coached over 40 who met their man out in the world. And what happens is the man always says something like, there's just something about her. I just had to come up and talk to her. That is energy. So be open, be vibrant, be smiling, and know that it's entirely 100% possible for you to meet great men anytime, anywhere. And that brings me to tip number 3. Use this affirmation religiously. Get it into your head. I meet great men anytime, anywhere, no matter the location.
And I'm one for affirmations, but she's just talking about things to feel good, mushy, gooey stuff, but she's not really giving substance as to how do you do it. How do you be open? How do you present yourself in a friendly manner? How do you interact with a man, right? Because ultimately, if you're smiling and you have good energy, that might
get you
that might get you in the door for a man to approach you. But how do you keep the man, and how does the man stick around? And she doesn't really mention that in this video.
Yeah, no, I think that's more saving for when you actually hire her as a coach. Then this is just a teaser, right? These are just the things that you could that she'll go deeper on once you buy her course, or once you book a call with her, or whatever the case is. So yeah, I don't know. She's not going to go into too much in detail, but so far she's giving a very high level.
It's very general, though.
Yeah, it is.
This could apply to anyone.
Yeah.
Let's say if I applied for a job and I'm I want to be vibrant and friendly, that could apply for that. So
dating is kind of getting a job, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, but
you gotta also understand men, right? You can't she's saying it from a woman's lens, but she's not saying what a man would want from her, right? And if you look at what she's saying, she's basically saying, forget about the statistics, forget about, what he may want, forget about, the factors or obstacles that you may face being an older woman. She's just saying, just smile and things will work out. But
have positive energy and whatever, these guys will come around. And not to say, there are great men everywhere, it's just more, I guess, putting yourself in the right position to meet those men.
You got to put the work in.
Yeah.
It's really what it is.
Yeah. She's only giving just for them to get their attention on you, I guess, is what she's trying to give them. Anything, all the other play that comes after that, she's not going into detail about it.
Change your identity from someone who is disadvantaged in the dating scene to someone who absolutely has the upper hand and has an easy time at love and dating. You might not believe that about yourself now, but you can program yourself to actually believe that dating and love is easy for you. What you believe about yourself and dating impacts your energy. Your energy impacts what you attract. So it's critical that you start to believe some super positive thing.
Here's the thing, it was easy for you in your 20s. And what happened to all the good guys that you passed up on, right? Hot girl summer. Now that your back is against the wall, now you want to fall in line? So, like, from a man, I'm looking at it like you've been, you know what I mean? Like, you've been ran through and you had, you know what I mean? Like, one too many experiences that I would want to deal with, right? All this DNA in you, and now you want me...
Oh my God.
Now you want me to, you know, like rescue you, like swinging from a chandelier? Like, come on.
Okay, I think for the women, okay. I think there are still good women, obviously, who are in that age group, okay? Who maybe, you know,
but
it could be like a portion of women who got married at a younger age and had kids and thought they were going to be with this guy, but it didn't end up working out. So now they're in their 40s and whatever, right? That's a different scenario than if you've been single your entire life. You have never gotten married, no kids, you've been single for the majority of the time. And then now you're 40, now you're trying to take dating serious. That's where I can see you being like, yo, what have you been doing for the past, like, 30 years or 20 years that you could have been dating someone?
Start repeating the affirmation, I meet great men, anytime, anywhere, no matter the location, over and over and over again. Write it down 50 times in a journal. Say it anytime you go out, or when you're waiting in line for the coffee, or when you're at that grocery store trying to be open and to meet men. Begin to feel what it would feel like if that was your reality. Really sit and feel. If I met great men anytime, anywhere, with ease, what would it feel like? Create a mental picture of you being that woman who just like leaves the house. And it's like, oh my God, guys are coming up to me and asking me out all the time. Over time, if you do this and you focus on it, your identity is going to shift. You're going to start to have different experiences of meeting men in the world. Now, here's what you should know. At first, you might have guys come up to you, but you're not interested in them, or they're not that great. Do not despair.
The title of the video is Chances of Getting Married After 40. And she doesn't mention any of that. All she says is feel good, have affirmations.
Don't worry about the statistics. Even though you only have a 2.5% of getting married at 40,
yeah.
Whatever, don't worry about it. We're going to fix it.
Just feel good, and he's going to come swinging off a chandelier, and he's gonna rescue you. You know what I mean? There's no substance. And I understand she's a coach, she, you know, has a business to run, but there's no real key takeaways as a 40-plus-year-old woman that I can apply right now to get a result. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and end this video. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time.
Bye, guys.